Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. We're 251 miles out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Actually, right on the border of Arkansas right now. We got fueled up, slept, all that fun stuff. It's time to make our delivery and get out from underneath this load. Apparently, you're just gonna wait for me like I'm a weirdo. Okay, cool, whatever, works for me. Leaving Cherokee Nation. Cool. Well, I guess. They have cheap fuel, so that was kind of sad. I think I'd rather stay here, honestly. I like cheap fuel. Dun, 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 dun. What a great start. Get to leave and sit out of the light. Oh, this truck get warmed up, I guess. Maybe. Very warm. Mm-hmm. It's so warm it could start a fire. Mm-hmm. Really? I hate this mod. I understand, yellow truck. I understand why we have the mod, but I hate it. It is probably the worst mod we have. There we go. You want to race? You suck. You suck. 350 horses, you gonna beat you? That's just a crying shame right there. Welcome to Arkansas. And just like that, we ain't in Oklahoma anymore, boys. Ain't even in Kansas. We're in Arkansas. 45 miles an hour, got another stoplight. Imagine that. Turn green before I get there. Yes, thank you much. Oh, this guy's just gunning for it. He's like, oh, you want to make fun of me, boy? Wow. Alright. 45 miles an hour still. We could do it. So hopefully this video isn't long. Last 3 episodes we got 700 miles a trip. Well, actually, no, this is the 4th video. So the last 2 videos we've had 700 miles a day. Yesterday was 745 miles, I think. So if we can stay out of the cities, we should be okay. But welcome to Arkansas, yellow truck. We're finally here. Illinois River. Looks pretty... Ooh, hello. Looks pretty grassy to me. Looks like we're going to head due south from here, even though we're already heading south, but we're going to head south again. Looks like there's a 55 mile marker, miles per hour marker, same thing. But anyway, back to the trip. I know last episode we didn't talk about no trip. Today we're going to talk about the trip. So basically what happened was, is once we hit Cologne, Germany, we hopped on a train, yellow truck, hopped on a train, and went to Berlin. Berlin was crazy. Berlin was pretty interesting. The wife liked Berlin. I didn't really care for it, really, but it was absolutely, it was pretty insane. Yellow Jeep. It was insane to the point of they still had the wall standing in like 2 sections. And one side of town, I guess the free, quote, side, the way they protested and stuff like that was graffiti. And the other side was like super clean. So there's graffiti, there's paintings, there's just everything all over the place. It was actually kind of cool to see. I mean, like, I like graffiti in the terms of, you know, art and stuff like that. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see. We went to Checkpoint Charlie, basically what could have been the start of World War III, and we heard the story about it, stuff like that. Got to see, I think it was Berlin. Yeah, I got to see like the block of museums or something like that where Hitler made speeches and stuff like that, and where the books was burned. I think that was Berlin. Could have been Munich. It was one of them. A lot of stuff, like I said, a lot of stuff was pounding in our heads at this point in time. So this is like the last 4 days we had. Um, yeah, we got into Berlin late, and then we had one day in Berlin, and then I think the next day we went to Nuremberg, and Nuremberg was kind of boring, gotta say. I mean, it was. Um, we found out that bikers in Germany do not stop. That's what we did find out. One of the guys, one of the older fellas, like the adult in the group, Mr. Todd, he decided to get hit by a bicyclist, and yeah, he didn't slow down. He didn't do nothing because we don't know what the hell a bike lane is. So he jumps up and he's like screaming at Todd, and Todd's like, well, tell us that you're coming up or something, right? Which we were in the wrong because we were in the bike lane. But the guy could have like honked his little bell thing or yelled or something, right? Then of course our tour guide, the guy that was with us the whole tour, he was yelling and screaming at the biker guy, and I walked up and said, hey, cool it, and then the German guy started screaming and everything else. I told the German guy that probably didn't understand English, I said, cool it, there's more of us than there are of you. Then we made eye contact. And then he flipped his bike over, and apparently he was fixing something. It was like, there's no reason to fight. You was wrong, we was wrong, everybody was wrong here, so let's just move on. So that was pretty funny. Then we went to the courthouse where some of the Nazi party was tried. And only, I think, like 16 were actually convicted. The rest were released. Like the newer ones or the lesser important ones, I guess you could say. They were all released. So that was kind of interesting. That one was all in German. So we didn't get a lot of, pictures or anything else like that. It was kind of disappointing in the fact of, like, everything was German. And so if you didn't know German, then you were kind of just like, well, game we saw, oh god, game we saw, sorry Pete, or actually that's the word, sorry. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, it was kind of one of the more boringer days, I guess you could say. So the next day we traveled. Oh, hello. Next day we traveled down to Munich, and I think this day we ended up going to like the BMW headquarters, like where it's like founded, Volkswagen. Saw that corporate headquarters, and this is where kind of a bad day. It was a good day for me, but bad day for the tour guide. So the tour guide, he jumps on the bus and he's explaining, the city of Munich. So he like took us to a cathedral thingamajigger, but we just drove by, and it was more of a bus tour. And the funniest part was, like I said, this is where it's good for me, bad for him, was he's talking the entire time. And everybody on the bus passes out, like just zonked out. So nobody really understood what the guy was talking about. Nobody understood what he was doing because we were all sleeping, basically, at this time. And so, yeah, everybody kind of felt bad for that. What did we have for dinner that day? We had... I can't remember what we had. No, we went to a town square. That's what we did. So we saw this other cathedral. I think it was the same day. Hell, I can't remember. Anyway, so one of the days we went to a cathedral thing, Market Square, and this is like Louis Vuitton was, and this is where like basically every rich store you could think of, that's where we were. So safe to say, we just walked around and got ice cream. And the ice cream there is super expensive too. It's like €5 per ice cream cone. It's insane. And if you're curious, €1 is $1.15 American. So if it's $5 there, you're paying what? What's 5 times 15? 30, 45, 60, 75. So $5.75 for an ice cream per ice cream. It's a little ridiculous. But yeah. And then let's see. Oh, and then Dachau. We actually went to Dachau, the concentration camp. A lot of reading. So we walked into the gate, and on immediately to your right. So there's like this literal like castle looking entry, and there's like probably a 10-foot fence, barbed wire along all of it. And immediately when you walk in to your right, it is like where the officers and the soldiers and everything else slept. And it's a fairly big, area. And all of it's filled with boards and readings and, like the building of, the old style, like what it was, and stuff like that. So a lot of reading. We only had like an hour and 50 minutes there, so we couldn't read all of it. Now thinking about it, could have taken pictures and read it later. Didn't do that. Not this one. Is it the next one? What are we supposed to be doing here? Let's see. I think we're supposed to be going here. But anyway, yeah, so we're rushed a lot of the trip. Lots of rushing. It's just like, oh yeah, we'll go adventure, but meet back here at, in an hour. And it's like, well, how are we supposed to read, a book of stuff in an hour? It's not going to happen. So when you think about it that way, it was kind of, stupid. But so me and the wife were like reading, trying to read up as much as possible, and it's fairly quiet. I mean, not a lot of people's talking, which is probably a good thing. It is a memorial. It is a spot where a bunch of people have been murdered, and stuff like that. And then we eventually made it to the crematorium. And this is where they were hiding the bodies, right? So, like I said, I think it was 2 episodes ago, like, what are we fighting for? This is when I think it sunk in for everybody that was still alive. This is what we're fighting for. This is why we're in Europe. This is why we're, so on and so forth. And so we met up at the crematorium. We looked around, like, and I think everything was still, like, as is. Like, nothing was rebuilt. And, so a lot of people were, crying and stuff like that. I mean, that's normal. But when we were walking through, there was only like 3 or 4 furnaces, crematoriums, creameries, whatever you want to call it. And it said on one of the board, and it stuck with me, it was like, if you didn't die by gas chamber, which everybody thought was a shower, they just hung you right in front of the oven. Okay, that scared me a little bit. But yeah, you just died in front of the oven, hung them, and then you got cremated. And then what they'd do is they'd, clean it out every so often, basically when they had to, take the ashes, go behind and hide them somewhere and spread them. And they had a trail which, led to where they dumped the ashes. And so that was crazy. That was an insane day. And then, of course, everybody was trying to make everybody happy at the end of that, which isn't the easiest thing to do. So we had like a song festival, karaoke, I guess you could call it, which I think worked, but not very well. I mean, it was something, but I don't think it was like, yeehaw. But the last day, the day that I was most looking forward to, almost clipped that guy, was the Eagle's Nest. So if you don't know anything about the Eagle's Nest, what the Eagle's Nest was, is I'm going to slow down because there's a cop right there. What the Eagle's Nest was is if the Hitler and the Nazi Party won the war, they were going to have Hitler in this mountaintop building. So like 6,000 feet up was this building. So we got to go up there. And it was like 7 miles from the bottom. Or 7 kilometers, that's like 5 miles or something like that. Switchbacky, stuff like that. So you're 6,000 feet up in the air. And just an amazing view. I'll try to share some pictures as well. What I may do is now, so I haven't edited anything, but what I may do is now that you have like kind of the story, kind of a rushed what we did story, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a video of like a slideshow kind of deal. And then hopefully that'll work, I think. Just so you get the pictures and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do a little talk over with it. I'm not sure yet. But we'll see what happens. Oh, good. Turned green for me. It's like they knew we were coming. But yeah, so that was a good day to stop on. And then after that, went back to the hotel. Actually back to the Times Square, but we ate somewhere different. Because we were... It was actually like a pride parade thing in the middle of town or whatever by the Glockenspiel. And so the bus couldn't get there, and we're like 8 miles away, so they didn't feel like making us walk, which was very good because I think everybody was tired of walking at this point. So we just ate a oh crap, what do you call it? A schnitzel, I think, with potato salad. That was all right. I mean, it wasn't bad. Wife went to a supermarket, and we had literally more chocolate in the suitcase than I think clothes. It was insane. We almost had to buy another suitcase just for her to have chocolate. It was ridiculous. But besides the point, that was basically the trip. Then we got to go on a plane, land in Denver. That was fun. 6-hour layover in Denver. Then we finally got back to Portland, got home at roughly 3 in the morning. On the, I think it was either the 31st or the 1st of July. I think it was the 31st. Is there 31 days in July? Whatever Monday was, that's when we got home. How was that? So it was an insane adventure. I need to calculate the miles we did from hometown to there. That's what I need to do, but we'll see. It looks like it's going to be an easy back. Look at this. 100%er to a Target, nonetheless. You'd think it would be like an IKEA thing. We actually saw an IKEA. That was kind of funny. And dude, get this baby back in. Come back, go back a little bit more, and just kind of slide her in. No lube or nothing, just slide her in. That's all you got. She's wide enough. She can handle it. She can handle it. Maybe. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to me complain and talk and everything else. It means a lot. I will make a video of a slideshow. Oh, that's what I need to do. Let's see, is it 8 or 7? 7,800. So they did change it on me, them bastards. Let's see here. So it is, I guess I need to talk into the mic. Sorry about that. So 2,046 miles divided by 449.3 was 4.99 miles a gallon. That's actually not bad. So $7,900 is basically what we're at. So we're at $91,000. Let's let's see, 97, 97.9. So let's do some more calculation. So if we just said 98,000 minus 917, oh wait, no. Yeah, 91,176. We need a 7,000, well, $6,824 job. Or we could just do little ones, either way. So let's take a quick look. See, we're 20 minutes in. Let's see. That wasn't too terribly bad. Well, look at that, $9.57, or yeah, 57 cents. That's nuts. I wish like that would get us where we need to be, and all I have is that. I don't want to go to California. Here, let's see. Let's do price. Wrong price. Let's do this price. Thank you. So Stockton, go back to Portland, Bakersfield, Idaho, Montana, Bozeman, Tucumcari, whatever, Odessa, Abilene. That would be terrible. Fruit juice. Interesting. Haven't been there either. That'd be something new. Mixed tank. Okay. You know what? Let's just go to Cape Girardeau. I mean, knuckle boom, 3 hours, 30 minutes. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll catch you all in the next one, where we're going to Cape Girardeau. Hope I say that right. Well, thank you much. Catch you in the next one. And you all, take care.